Hello from Team DMI. This is going to be a TA install, and this is how we're going to start this truck off. This is actually training, and we have Brandon with us from GPS Fleet Solutions. And this is a TA install for TA. And what we're installing is geotab units, and we're actually
like this, where everything works and it's new. I can get them down to an hour and 15 minutes.
So, like you said, about an hour and 15 minutes.
But if some of the older trucks that are beat to shit and the wires might be different, you got to troubleshoot, you can spend more than 2 hours on it. That's why we only got you going to 2.
So, as we got here, we'll start off by putting right here. You start on the back of the truck here. Pull this plunger out right here. We're going to run this wire behind the truck. This one right here goes to the
Amy's supposed to find out for sure, but I think
passenger side, which will come over here to this switch. I'm sorry, this is the driver's side. And as you can see, we ran it right along this loom here. Let's see if I can see this. See the loom here? Come down to our switch, and then we find, of course they have got it taken apart for right now, and we find our wire that's hot only when the switch is on, which is right here. And we do a poking wrap. To run this wire, we climb underneath the truck, and if you can see right here where we push the plunger up before we seal that, you'll see where we ran the loom from the bottom of the truck coming up.
Open enrollment to decide.
You see this wire right here is the one we went down underneath.
I don't know, it wasn't real clear. I didn't talk to her.
Come up through here. The other half of the loom goes right along the side of the grate here between the cab and the bed. And it zip ties to it, and it goes all the way over to the other side. And you can see where Chad is installing the 3 PTO switches on this here. And climbing the back of the truck. And what he's doing, from this side of the truck here, you have your run switch, which starts the generator. You have an energizer switch. When it's pushed down, we want to find the hot wire for that switch here when it's pushed down, not when it's on, but when it's energizing. It should come up to 24 volts. And then you have an air compressor switch that turns on. And you flip it up, we're looking for 12 volt wire off this one. Now this one here should be a big red wire. Most of the time it's red, and you'll find on the back of the panel. This one here, what color is the energizer wire back there? Yellow. It's yellow, and it ties to the number 2, which is orange on our PTO switch. This one's blue, so blue goes to red, orange goes to yellow, and green goes to green on the air compressor if all the wires are correct on the truck. You just have to double check them.
He's doing the inside now.
And as you can see, Chad's back here poking and wrapping the wires in the back. Hope you can see that. Then on the inside, we're going to go ahead and run our Garmin cable and our antenna. You see the antenna's there on the corner by the A-pillar. Pull the Garmin cable up there with it. And then down here, it's a simple plug into the OBD2 port, as you can see, the unit there. And we need to make sure that we zip tie our OBD2 port plugs together. We're going to throw in a Y connector. Where's that Y connector sitting over there? Right, yeah. As you can see, this here is the Y connector. One side goes, this side right here plugs into the truck, and then these 2 sides here, one goes back where the OBD2 originally was, factory. The other one goes to the GPS unit itself. The one that plugs to the truck, we need to add an extra zip tie to it so it doesn't fall off or get loose. And the same thing goes to where the GPS unit plugs into the Y connector. And then we make sure that we zip tie the actual GPS geotab box to the frame if you have a frame mount, or something very heavy duty. We don't want that unit to be loose at all because it's got accelerometers inside of it. So it's going to read if the truck gets in an accident or swaying back and forth or excessive acceleration. The same as the plug, it's also going to be mounted where really the driver don't need to have access to it, but we do. So you can mount it facing down underneath the dash. And then that'd be conclusion of the install, except for the fact that we need to take the stickers from the inside of the box, the actual box itself right here, this sticker here. We need to record those numbers, but on our paperwork you'll get one of these stickers goes on the pillar on the door, one sticker goes on your paperwork, and you can leave the rest of this stuff in the box for the management on scene. And you can also stick one of these actual stickers on the Garmin box. You got a Garmin box over there?
No.
Okay, that's fine.
Should be up front.
We'll stick one of these on the Garmin boxes so that they know that that Garmin is assigned to this specific vehicle. That concludes the GPS install with the 4 sensors. Now, if not all the sensors are on the truck, we need to make note of all of that. We need to make note of any damage before we start on the trucks, any engine lights that come on the trucks before we start on them as well. I need to know everything we can. Also, just a quick note, to turn the power onto the bed of the truck, it's either auxiliary 4 or one of these auxiliary switches to turn the power onto the back so you can get power on back there to check your wires. That concludes the installation. If you have any questions, give us a call at 817-238-9900, extension 1.